Hi, welcome to Raj and I. In today's video, we are going to discuss about REST API. REST API in detail, representational state transfer. API stands for Application Programming Interface. So this is one kind of API where we can claim the request and receive the necessary information from an external sources. So in this diagram, I'm going to explain you about REST API where and how the clients will connect. Usually these clients will connect this in three areas. So one is about get, second is post and as well as update. The very first thing what clients can do, where using HTTP protocol, HTTP get, where they can add, where they can connect all the users through the REST API, where generally this REST API receives HTTP request from the clients and does whatever request needs, nothing but creating users and all everything by connecting to the database. Subsequently, database will give you the reply. So if you want to get any information relating to all users, all that, the next customer can use HTTP to post for new users. At the same time, using HTTP, we can patch up if there is any kind of yes, if there are any kind of updation relating to the users and all everything we want to do, so that also can be done over here. So HTTP get request will be for all users, whereas HTTP post will be for new user. At the same time, HTTP patch will be for update user. Right? So this is what generally we usually operate. Update user, all that. So wherein here we need to create users and all everything. In this, normally clients send HTTP request and all everything and also wait for the responses. Whereas our REST API queries in the database for what it requires. Finally, the response when the REST API has what it needs, as well as it sends back a response to the clients. This would typically be in different formats. Either it can be from JSON or XML formats and all everything is all about this. Now, when we try to understand HTTPs and all, typically these HTTP webs are of different types. So the first one is about get, because these are all, whatever I'm explaining you, these are all HTTP request verbs. It can be get, it can be port, it can be patch, it can be post, it can be delete, all that. Get is the one which will be used for reading of the database. Read from the database is what generally we use get. Next, put is the one which will be used to update or replace the row in the database. So for that, this is what normally we use. At the same time, patch will be used to update or modify the row in the database. At the same time, Post is the one which will be used to create a new record in the database. Last but not least, delete is the one which will be used to delete from the database. So these are the different HTTP verbs normally we use, like, because HTTP get will be used to read the database, read from the database. Put will be used to put update replace rows in database. If you want to use patch, we can update and modify the rows. And post is being used to create a new record, right? So create a new record in the database. This post is being used for. At the same time, delete is the one which will be used to delete from the database all that. So this is what and how usually this REST API usually functions. So this is something essentially important for the people who are working on REST API development side, especially nowadays, people who are working on business analysis side, all that, business analyst roles. Those people are requiring nowadays to have a knowledge over REST API, how it functions, how it works, all that. So that technically speaking, technical business analyst role, whenever we are moving on, not only technical functional BA, whenever we are moving on towards the technical business analyst role and all. So knowing about REST API, microservices, integrations, right? So this sort of requirements are becoming important, essentially for a business analyst role. On that grounds, I have prepared this video to have to provide an awareness to the people who are working in the field of IT, followed by even for PAs, business analysts, and all that. This is all about this video. If you have any questions, if you have any queries in regard to that, please reach out to the contact details, which will be posted in below to this video. Thank you.